Clarkson, and welcome to Never Mind the Buzzcocks. Phil's first guest was with boy band Superpowered Blue, and came fifth in this year's I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. It's Anthony Costa. Blue were filming a video in New York, only half a mile away from the World Trade Center on September the 11th. And that near miss is still the subject of an internal Al-Qaeda inquiry. Phil's second guest is an agony aunt to the Burberry Army. It's Trisha Goddard. Trisha once worked as a government advisor for an Australian mental health initiative. She was behind the highly successful Strafe Mate Pull Yourself Together campaign. Trisha and Anthony then are Phil's team. Bill's first guest is a grumpy old man, a radio presenter and his keyboard player with prog rock overlords. Yes, it's Rick Wakeman. An NME poll recently voted Yes as the shittest band in the world. Bad news for them, but Blue breathed a huge sigh of relief. His second guest is comedian, DJ and Australia's answer to Brian Sewell. It's loudmouth larrikin Jim Jeffries. Jim used to host a lively radio show on Perth FM, which was hugely popular with truck drivers. In fact, it was often the last thing that hitchhiking backpackers heard before the truck pulled into the bush. Jim and Rick on Bill's team. Right, we start the show with Inspector Rock. Bill, Rick and Jim, here's your ne'er-do-well.
You are the star tonight, shining at your galaxy.
Ethically sourced, fair trade, peace and love, Sandalista smoothies of rock and roll, R.E.M.
Let your light, you're out of sight.
R.E.M. with Electrolyte. But can you tell me how a pot of yoghurt got guitarist Peter Buck into bother with the law?
OK. Yoghurt is something that's used a lot with rock bands. It used to be in the 70s. We used to carry it around with us. Yeah.
You had a lot of cystitis?
I never got arrested, so I don't understand why he would
I still reckon it's got something to do with cystitis or thrush or whatever girls get when they sleep with me. I think I like the yogurt with banana already in it because that works as an applicator.
Is it going to be chauvinist stuff the whole night?
Just on this side. You can do what you want over there.
This week on Trisha, people who put yoghurt on themselves with vegetables.
Trisha's feeling right at home here.
I don't know why you eat so much, Trisha. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, Trisha. I eat so much. It ain't worth it. You're a bastard, Trisha.
Sad, isn't it? We're above this, aren't we, Jeremy?
No. Loving it.
You ever had any run-ins with the law?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, I'm remembering Peter Buck got into trouble because he got drunk on a plane once and had a bit of a fight.
I got arrested on a plane.
Did you?
Yeah, well, we got arrested when we came off. My singer Ashley Holt, in one of those Army and Navy or wherever they're called, he bought 8 pairs of World War I flying goggles.
Right.
And he gave one to each of us when we were flying to Munich. And, and we put them on and started humming. And we got off the plane and we goose-stepped all the way down to customs with the flying goggles in it. And we got to the end and they were just standing there like that, just watching us. And as we got to the end, they just went and pointed us into a room.
Into a room.
6 hours we were there.
6 hours, yes. For you, Tommy, it's a practical joke, it's over.
Well, when I was an air stewardess, I used to hate people like you.
Well, you're a mental health person and an air stewardess.
No, I was the air stewardess before I became a mental health.
What kind of a hellish CV have you got?
But what guys used to do is unzip their flies and then say, "Miss, can you help me do up my seatbelt?" It was so boring.
Well, everyone does that. Shit.
Have you ever been arrested on a plane?
Well, no, but no. I avoided it by taking all the drugs before we got to the consultant.
I was in South Africa about 2 months ago doing gigs out there in a gay nightclub in Cape Town.
Oh.
And I'm chatting to a whole lot of lads at the end of the bar. And I'm pretty funny, I think. And one of them's gone, "You're wasted, aren't you?" And I went, "Yep." And he goes, "Do you want to come to the toilet with me?" Now, I think he's offering me a line of coke.
Well, that was...
So I go in there first, beckon him in. Then he comes out, he pulls out this great big cock. And he goes, "Do you want some coke first?" And I went, "I only want coke."
Yeah.
Well, the problem is the South African accent. Coke and cock are very similar.
Well, we've got a bit of a surprise for you. He's here tonight.
All right, back to the film clip.
Can we have a look at this clip, please? There's a trolley. There's a fantastic picture of...
That's the most unsuccessful hernia operation I have ever seen.
You see that ball and chain? He has to wear that till his visa runs out.
I just want to see this lovely bit where Michael Stipe just... very unlucky, the only bit of quicksand in the truck stop. I'll just get a... Whoa! We see this old fella. There's a lot of chains.
Change the next tire, I get the GIMP mask.
Yeah.
That, in case you're interested, is a Volvo 244.
Is it? It's a really mild sort of stag night prank, isn't it? Chain someone to a gorilla. No, we'll change to a Volvo, just to be safe.
I've changed my mind about it being a Volvo now, rather embarrassingly, but
Is
there
it
we
not
go.
a Volvo?
No, I think it is a Volvo. I'm
Do
sticking
you
with
know
that.
anything about cars?